What's up, YouTube? I'm back. It's your girl, Sassy Silly Shani, back again. I almost said with a lit video because I watch too much YouTube couples. If anybody else watches Juju and Des, please comment down below because I love their vlogs. And it's so much to the point where my 5-year-old, she just turned 5 on Wednesday, whoop whoop. She now walks around with her dad's phone and she goes, "What's up, guys? Welcome to another lit video. You dig. With his phone, vlogging. She actually vlogs, and it's funny because we go back and watch him as a family, and it's just hilarious. So if you are new to my channel, this is the #1 place for the young woman in college, out of college, fresh out of college, the young woman who just wants more out of life. And you guys, I'm giving you business tips, social media, and productivity, okay? So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, y'all, so if you've seen by the title, this video is going to tell you how to get what you want. Okay, I'm talking about business. This doesn't really apply to relationships, but things that you have as a goal in life, not including like getting married and stuff, like not that kind of stuff, more like business related or financial goals, okay? Or even when it comes down to schooling, things like that, you can still apply these tips. So if you want to know how to get what you want, some tips on how to get there, keep watching. So #1 is know what you want. Sometimes, like, I mean, if we watched a Notebook, he was like, dang it, what do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
Because, you know, a lot of the times us women, sometimes we're indecisive. I'm just going to keep it real. For me, I feel like I know what I want a lot of the times. And sometimes I just don't really know how to put it into words. So kind of think about what you want and have an idea of it. And you can look at other people for inspiration to see what they're doing and kind of help you to better formulate exactly what you want. Maybe asking the person who has something or has achieved that goal, what exactly they took to get there, and what path they took, and maybe some of the tips that they could give you on how you can get there as well. So knowing what you want is #1, just really figuring out how to articulate in words or photos or even feelings exactly what you want. So maybe if it's working from your phone, and you want that time freedom. There's a difference. You can be working from your phone and you can be glued to your phone. And you can be working from your phone and you can have time freedom where you're making beach money, which is a great book. If you haven't read it, I definitely do recommend. It's something that definitely opened my mind and allowed me to dream bigger and know that there was more out there for myself. Okay, so number 2 is focus on what you do want and not what you don't want. And if you guys know or have heard the saying, like where you steer, something like that, where your focus is, you steer, or something like that. But pretty much what you're focusing on is what you're going to get. So if you're focusing on negativity all the time, that's what you're gonna get, because you're reaping what you're sowing. So if you're putting like your focus onto negativity, it's just going to come back to you. So focus on the things that you do want. I know some people are motivated by the things that they don't want, like getting their credit card declined in the checkout line, or opening the refrigerator and not having groceries, or not being able to choose to eat out when they want to eat out because they're just too tired to cook because they work their butts off and they deserve to eat out, okay? I love food, y'all. I love food. So those are the type of things that I highly recommend. #1, knowing what you want. #2 is to focus on what you do want. So for me, I focus on thinking about things like being able to just set my own alarm, okay? Set my own alarm to get up, because I know that I'm a CEO. And whether I work for somebody else or work for myself, I'm going to have to set an alarm to get up, because guess what? I'm not gonna have an unorganized day. That doesn't mean that I don't chill. That doesn't mean that I don't relax. It doesn't mean I don't sleep in. I do, but I want to be able to set my own alarm. So focusing on things like the positives in situations. What is the best outcome? What will your life look like once you achieve that? Attach a feeling with it. If it's getting a brand new car, I heard somebody say, go lick the leather, go test drive it. Okay, I did not lick the leather of the car that I want. And it's actually like a mom car. It's like is it a mom car? Maybe it's not, I don't know. But it's not anything fancy. It's just an upgrade because I want to have another baby and we got to be able to fit the baby in the car, right? Can't just leave the baby. Okay. #3, you want to you want to write out 7 ways to get it. I heard somebody say this in a video, a YouTube video years ago, and I think it was very helpful to me because it let me see different avenues that I didn't know were possible until I wrote it out. And writing things down is key, you guys, but write out 7 ways to get it. So maybe if you're wanting to make $7,000 a month, what are 7 ways that you could do that? Maybe you have multiple streams of income. Maybe it's a certain career path, or maybe it's going to school for something and that makes that average per month. Just different ways that you can achieve that. And if it's, you know, I always talk about time freedom because that is huge, being able to choose. That comes from someplace very personal for me because I grew up with a single mother household, and there was times where I wanted my mother to be at my games because I was in sports and it was so much fun. But y'all, she was working her behind off to provide. So although I did want her there, I understood why she couldn't be there. But that's also why I purposed it in my heart to make sure that I could do everything I could. And technology has helped me to advance in that way where my mother probably couldn't, because we didn't have YouTube videos to tell us how to do all these things. We couldn't work from our phones back then. And if we did, it was like probably like sales calls, and it was like really uncomfortable, all that kind of stuff. So long story short, tangent end. I just wanted to have another way that I could make money from my phone and have time freedom. And so that's why, I don't even know like which one I was on, to be honest. Okay. But write out 7 ways to get it. Okay. So yeah. So I always talk about time freedom. That's where I was at. Bear with me, y'all. Mom brain here. I always talk about time freedom because that's something that's near and dear to my heart, because I love to travel when I'm going to church events. I love to just travel in general, to be honest. Like if I want to take my kids down to LA to go be at the beach, I want to do that. And we've been able to do that. Thank God for Jesus. Okay. Number 4, pray on it and believe it. Pray on it and believe it. So my mother always taught me in the past, if you're going to worry, don't pray. And if you're going to pray, don't worry. And I found that to be true. And it took me 28 years, to be honest, like to fully like really like test that saying. But I'm thankful that I did, because it's been different situations. This year's 2020, so you already know what's going on, pandemics, all that kind of stuff. But there's been times where I just worried the crap out of myself. And y'all, I had my grades since middle school, so like that's not where I got my grades from. But I just worried, and I prayed, but I just kept worrying. So if you're gonna pray about it, leave it in God's hands and just like forget it. Just keep going. Like when our kids ask us for like, when we like say that you don't have kids, maybe you're in college, right? So if you ask your parents for something, think of yourself when you were a kid. When you asked your parents for like food or something like that, did you worry if they were gonna feed you? No, you didn't, right? You're like, oh yeah, of course. It's like, I got this in the bag, the superheroes. Same thing with God, even greater. So if you're gonna pray about something, leave it in his hands and stop worrying your little brows, because it's not gonna help you. It's just gonna put wrinkle lines and all that kind of stuff. So pray on it and believe it is my tip number 4. Number 5 is to visualize it, because if you can see it, you can have it. And I think that's scripture, y'all. I think it's scripture, and it's true. In fact, I have a quick story time for you real quick. When I was younger, my mother got into network marketing. So I guess I'm a 2nd generation network marketer or whatever. Woo! That's cool. Which is actually what showed me that what was possible for myself when I got older. That's a whole nother story. Maybe if you guys want to hear that story about how my mom like blew it up in her business and we were able to do so much more, comment down below and I'd love to make a little story time video about it. And actually, if you're liking this content so far, if it's just like chill, like it's down your alley or up your alley, whatever you want to call it, just please hit the like button, because I really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay, but number 5, visualize it. So when I was younger, I was in middle school when my mother got into network marketing, and she was on these conference calls and all this stuff, and the guy, I'll just leave his name out of the video. I don't know why I was going to give you guys his name, because I don't even know if he's with that company anymore, but he told her to create a dream board and get her family involved. So we created a dream board. She put this really nice house on the dream board. We were living in an apartment. We also wanted longer hair. So our hair was shorter than this. Actually just recently cut my hair, but I'm growing it back out, y'all, because winter time, I gotta keep warm. Gosh, that just threw me off. Okay, so we wanted longer hair, so she put the wild growth bottle on there, and I think a picture of a woman with long hair. And we wanted a few other things, like she wanted a new car because her car was like breaking down and all this kind of stuff. And that part of my life, I think, really shaped the rest of what I thought was possible and allowed me to dream bigger. And I say that because together, my mother had no idea what she was doing for me at that time, other than helping me come into her vision of what she wanted to give us. And I saw all of it come true. Everything on that dream board came true. And it just freaked me out. It blew my mind. I was just like, wow, thank you, Jesus. This just shows me that there is more to life. I can do more. So I'm going to leave that there. And the house that we got was a $500,000 home. It was beautiful. It was my first time having my own room. My sister had her own room. I think we had like 2 extra bedrooms and an office. It was just beautiful. Okay. Like it was amazing. Amazing. So I didn't come for money. So if you think that, I don't know, God bless your heart, because it ain't true. So moving on. Number 6. So number 6 is get to work. If you want to get what you want, get to work. I see a lot of people on social media, and I'm sorry, y'all, I got to call you up. I'm not calling you out, I'm calling you up to what you can be. I see a lot of people on social media, and I'm in network marketing, so you know there's a lot of people who do this, and I was guilty in the past, who post so much about goals and getting money. And if you see this post and you like it, I hope that you get $1 million, or I pray you get wealthy, or whatever. That's awesome. But what are the statistics about people who actually win the lotto? What are the statistics of you actually finding money on the street when you can just go out and create success yourself? Okay? So this is about getting what you want, right? So let's stop going out there and talking, just talking. Enough talking, let's get to work, okay? Like my red personality is coming out. Get to work. And what I mean by that is just, you know what you want already. You have 7 ways to get there. We already covered that. That was like step 3, okay? Or tip number 3. We have 7 ways that you can get there. Set a date, write it out, and get to work. That's it and that's all. Try one of the ways. If it doesn't work, try the next one. Maybe you're trying to feel them simultaneously because it's not putting too much on you, okay? And if you need help with making a schedule, I think I have a video about that actually. If I haven't posted it already, then I'll post it and then link the video or some other kind of way. But I think I did. So if I did make that video, then it'll be right here about making a schedule. So it's okay to move the date. I want you guys to know that. And I tell my teammates this all the time because, we have these promotions like where you can come into my company, and if you work hard and you're coachable and you're listening to what I'm telling you and we rocking together, woo, okay, then you can come in. Like right now we actually have an $8,000 bonus on the line where if you reach a certain rank in the company within 3 calendar months, boom, you get $8,000 on top added to your paycheck, on top of your commissions, on top of the sample cash you're making, on top of your weekly bonuses, because you worked hard enough and our CEO just wants to reward you for that. And actually we have another one where you reach only the 2nd rank in the company and you get a bonus $300. Like, psh, heck yeah, okay? And I actually, when I first got started in 2016 in this company, I actually helped one of my first teammates make a $500 bonus. And that was first getting started. I knew nothing, so you don't have to know anything. So I'm gonna digress. But set your dates, okay, and get to work. That's tip number 6. And then the last tip, I think this is the biggest, most impactful tip, because so many times we can get stuck in analysis paralysis. We're like watching this YouTube video, that, like reading all these books, listening to all these podcasts, and we're doing all the things and we're just like, and it's like, you never get started. So that's tip number 7. Just take the first step. When you get finished with this video today, I want you to like it and I want you to subscribe, please, and hit the notification bell because, guys, this doesn't cost you anything. And it's just going to help me get this content out to more people who are wanting more out of life just like you. And I'm so thankful and I'm so blessed that I have this platform and I can share my tips with you guys and share my passion and share my excitement. So just when you click off of this video, when you're done, take the first step. Whatever research you did, done. Click, clank, okay? Lock it down. Now go take the first step. I can't wait to hear you say in the comments about the success you had because you took these simple tips, you implemented them right away. And if you had any aha moments from this video, please tell me in the comments. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and you can add me as a friend on Facebook, or you can follow me. If I'm at the 5,000 friend limit, then you can't follow me or you can't add me anymore, but you can follow me. And I'm also on TikTok. So I will see you all in the next one.